Alrighty. We are back. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Laura Cantu, and we are live for yet another live stream Monday. Thank you so much for joining us today as we discuss how to win scholarships in the United States, scholarships for college. I see that people are joining here on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. We were having some difficulties a little bit ago, but we were able to fix those. So, very happy to get started today with today's live stream. It is Thanksgiving week, so we're really excited for that too because we are having a little surprise for you because it is the week to be thankful. So I will be sharing those details with you in a second. But please, as you are joining, let me know where you're joining from. If you are a parent or a student, if you are a parent, let me know what grade is your student in. If you're a student, what grade are you in? So I kind of have an idea of what type of audience we have here joining us today. It is a four-way stream, so if you see me looking around, it's because we are going live on all of our Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok accounts. So it is a very, very exciting live stream because we have people from all social media channels joining us. I see that we have people from 12th grade, Miss Spunky, joining us, telling us that they are a student. I see that we have some people saying hello, joining us. Parents saying hi, parent of a 12th grader, parent of a senior year student, says Yahira. Thank you so much for joining us. And I see that we also have people joining us on TikTok and on Facebook and YouTube. So again, if you see me looking around, it is because I am streaming in all social media platforms today. Also, David is going to be in the chat monitoring the comments. So if I don't get to your questions, make sure that if you ask something that you check the chat because most likely David is going to answer those questions for you. I see that Barb tells us that they are a parent of a freshman in college. Anna Esquivel is saying parent of a 12th grader. We have a dad a dad of a 12th grader in Johnson City, Tennessee. So awesome. Thank you so much for joining. I'm super excited, super happy to be here. Today's topic is how to win scholarships for college. And it is Thanksgiving week. So before I get started sharing those tips, that information with you, I do want to say that during this week, we are feeling very thankful and we want to express our gratitude to all of you that join these live streams, that comment, that interact with us, and that honestly just trust our advice and the information that we share in these live streams from week to week and also social media channels. We are really happy and we're really, grateful for you guys, honestly, because we couldn't really do this without you. So thank you so much. Also, thank you for trusting Best College Aid and allowing us to be part of your educational journey, whether you join us from week to week, whether you are already a member of Best College Aid. And if so, if you are a member of Best College Aid and you're watching here right now, let me know if you're joining because I always like to see our members who also join these live streams because they just want to learn as much as possible. But thank you so much. And together, we are making your children's college dreams come true because remember, it's not just us helping you guys. If it's parents watching this and wanting to be informed, wanting to know more about this process, it's very important and it's amazing that you guys are so interested in this topic. And also you two students who join us because I did see some students watching. It's a team effort. So I am really happy that you guys choose our information, our live streams, our social media content to use in your college planning journey. Now, I also want to thank all of our followers because we do have, as I said, different social media channels. We are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and between our Spanish platform, which is Best College A, and Best College Aid USA, we have surpassed 500,000 followers. So we have a lot of people who watch our content. If you see us, sometimes we will get people who see us, wait, I saw this video in Spanish in your other account, because we do have Best College Aid in Spanish and then Best College Aid USA. So we have a lot of followers and a lot of people that trust us. So we are really happy for everybody who, has been following our journey of doing this project, Best College Aid, over the last few years. So thank you so much for that. And finally, I also want to say congratulations to our members who are already starting to get accepted into colleges, because, this is the season of college admissions. Also to the members who got accepted into college this past college admission season, this past year, we had students like Victor who got accepted into Emory University with a scholarship of $80,000 per year. We just had a student get accepted into the University of South Carolina with $25,000 scholarships. And we have a student last year get accepted into UCI, Penn State, the University of Pennsylvania, UCF, UF. We had a lot of success stories over the last few years. So congratulations to those members last year and the years before. And also, well, best of luck to all of the students. And I did see that there were some parents of 12th graders who are going through that process right now, because right now is, early application deadlines are closing, or whether it is early action or early decision. Some students who are applying rolling admissions might have already applied. Regular decision deadlines are, before you know it, they're going to be here. So good luck to all the parents and students going through that process, the parents and students of seniors. Another important reminder that I did post here in social media, so you might have seen that video. The FAFSA has an official release date, and that is for the new FAFSA, because you may or may not know, and this is important for my parents of 12th graders. The FAFSA this year is not going to open. It did not open in October because that's the usual date when it opens. This year, the FAFSA is going to be available in December 31st. Before, in the last few weeks, we knew that it was going to be sometime in December, but now we officially know that it is going to be available December 31st. So I guess the people in the federal government wanted to, celebrate the new year by having you guys fill out the FAFSA. I'm not sure, but now that we know officially when this new form is going to open, you can have maybe a little bit of perspective and you can plan accordingly, because remember, you should be applying and filling out the FAFSA as soon as it comes out. So definitely make sure that if you are a parent, and I did see a couple of parents of seniors in high school, that you are ready to fill out that form. For our members watching Best College Aid, we are going to be creating a new tutorial on how to fill out this new FAFSA form, because it is going to be different this year. There's going to be fewer questions and the process is going to be a little different. So we will have that tutorial for you as soon as we have the platform available, so that you can follow that step-by-step tutorial and that you can fill out the FAFSA properly and maximize those odds of receiving financial aid and scholarships. Alrighty, and the last announcement that I have for you before we get to the secrets on how to win scholarships for college. It's a very big announcement, and it is our Black Friday special, our biggest sale of the year. It is going on right now. So if you are interested in joining Best College Aid and having access to a lifetime step-by-step tutorial, lifetime access to our family membership, so that every member of your family can access all of our amazing benefits, like our step-by-step guide, our monthly Zoom sessions that are just for members, our discounts on Rhea products, on Dell technologies, on our access to our free ACT and SAT Kaplan Prep Plus account. If you want to have access to all of those benefits and more, we are having our Black Friday sale, and I am just sharing with you this with you now because I do want to give you an opportunity to find out about this, because a lot of people don't know that we're having this sale. So we want to let you know and take advantage of this, so that if you were interested, or that if you have been interested in joining Best College Aid, well, this is your opportunity, because it is the biggest sale that we're going to be having all year. So it's 60% off, and that is why I'm sharing that with you. Quit Iba. I'll thank you for your comment. Just wanted to let you all know before the deadline, before the sale ends, which is going to end this Friday. So take advantage if you are interested in joining Best College Aid and having access to all the amazing benefits. Well, the link is in this video's description. If you're watching us on TikTok, if you're watching us on Instagram, the link to this Black Friday sale is in our bio. All right. So just wanted to share that with you. Now that we are ready and that I have shared all the announcements with you, I do want to share today's presentation, how to win scholarships for college. And as I said, David is monitoring the chat on all social media channels, so he might get to your questions while I am presenting this information with you. Alrighty, so what is the first tip that I have for you today on how to win scholarships? My first tip is know the different types of scholarships, because a lot of people think that there's only one type of scholarship and that's available for students, and that's private scholarships, or that only the federal government, and that if you fill out the FAFSA, that's the only way to get scholarships for college. And that is not the case. You need to understand what your options are, what the opportunities are, and how to have access to these opportunities. Because unfortunately, a lot of people don't know that there's actually 4 types of financial aid and scholarships for college. There are private scholarships, there's institutional scholarships, there's federal scholarships, and state-owned or state scholarships. Now, these scholarships can be earned in two different types, or 2 different ways. Some of these scholarships are awarded and based on a student's financial need, and that's why filling out the FAFSA or the CSS profile is very important, because whether it is private, institutional, or some state scholarships are going to be requiring financial aid forms to award these types of scholarships based on financial need, and federal scholarships as well. But there's also scholarships that are awarded based on a student's merit. So that's going to be based on a student's academic merit. If the student had good or bad grades in high school, if the student obviously had good grades, or maybe they got really good SAT or ACT scores. There's even scholarships for that. If the student was an athlete, my brother David, he was a D1 athlete, and he got an $8,000 scholarship to swim in college. I got an institutional scholarship that was a merit scholarship, because I was part of the theater club, and I auditioned for a theater scholarship for college, and I received a theater scholarship of $8,000 as well, and I was able to add that to my financial aid package, and that was solely an institutional scholarship that was a merit-based scholarship, and another one of my scholarships included leadership, and it was called a presidential scholarship. It was an institutional scholarship awarded by my college based on my leadership positions in high school, and also based on the grades that I received in high school. So both of them were institutional scholarships. Now, I also received need-based scholarships that were awarded based on my financial need. And in order to receive those, I had to fill out the FAFSA. And these need-based scholarships, one of them was a grant that was a federal grant, which was the Pell Grant. And another one was a need-based scholarship that was an institutional scholarship awarded by my university. After I filled out the FAFSA, I basically told them, well, this is how much money my parents make a year. How much money can you give me? And I knew when I was applying to college that the schools that I was applying to were very generous, and they really considered a student's financial situation. when awarding financial aid and scholarships. So the biggest portion of my financial aid package, and this is actually like a little secret that I'm sharing with you right now, another extra tip. The biggest scholarships or the biggest amount of money that students tend to receive for college comes from institutional scholarships. So that's why creating a college list, that's why really, researching and looking for the right university for your students is so important, because unfortunately, a lot of students, a lot of parents will tell their child, just apply to this state school, or just apply to this school because it's a great school, they have great academics, or it's going to look super well on your resume when you graduate if you attend this school. And they don't realize that some of these schools are not as generous as maybe a private school up north, because some private schools are very generous. As a matter of fact, the school that I went to was a private school. It was Marist College, and it was so generous. I went to college my freshman year, tuition free, and it was a very expensive school. Tuition was about $50,000 per year, and I still managed to get a lot of need-based aid, institutional aid based on merit. So it's all about creating a college list and knowing what the students' financial needs are, what their academic needs are, and what their extracurricular needs are as well. If they happen to play a sport, do an extracurricular activity such as art, marching band, maybe if it's debate, maybe if it's a leadership position like SGA, etc. And I will get a little bit more in depth into this as we go along with this presentation. So just wanted to share that first and very important tip with you. Know the different types of scholarships and know where to find them, all right? Now, the second tip that I have for you is to apply to local, and that's the key word, local private scholarships. A lot of students, and they're not wrong when they think this, don't necessarily want to apply to private scholarships or associate private scholarships with impossible, not accessible, because they are so competitive. And yes, a lot of private scholarship programs, awards are very, very competitive, especially those big, huge private scholarships such as the Coca-Cola Foundation Scholarship, the Bill and Melinda Gates Scholarship Foundation, NBC Universal also has a scholarship program. All these huge scholarship programs that are just well known by students all around the country. These applications are going to be super competitive because there's so many students applying for the same scholarship. So the tip is to look for local scholarships. Your high school counselor, a teacher, might have a list with these scholarships. So you must contact them. You must reach out to them and ask if they know of any, local scholarship, maybe your local grocery store. Or in my high school, one of my friends, she had an optometrist. She wore glasses her whole entire life. And this doctor, who had her own private practice, had a scholarship contest for the students or the people that parents who had students who were her clients, and said, well, you have to write an essay on how wearing glasses or maybe contacts has shaped who you are. My friend wrote an essay and she got a $2,000 scholarship from her optometrist, so the ophthalmologist. So that was a local small scholarship that she applied to and she got money for. So make sure that you are really researching when it comes to private scholarships. It should be difficult, or it should be a process. It shouldn't be super easy to just apply to any scholarship. The more research that the student does, and the more that they look for, the higher the chances of, receiving and winning private scholarships. Okay, so tip number 2, apply to local scholarships, because honestly, those are going to be the easiest to get, right? Alrighty, so tip number 3, how to win scholarships. Tip number 3. Alrighty, so apply for institutional scholarships. And I kind of talked about this earlier, the importance of institutional scholarships, and how they tend to be the highest or the most money that students tend to get when it comes in their financial aid packages. So universities offer the scholarship packages mainly to already admitted students. So let me just kind of backtrack and explain what an institutional scholarship is. An institutional scholarship is a scholarship that is awarded by the college or university that the student is accepted into, right? So with institutional scholarships, the student has to get accepted first in order to obtain these scholarships. Alrighty, so that's why earlier I was talking about how important it is to really, before even getting accepted, the most important process is to create a list of colleges, to create a list of universities, and to do your research and to really kind of tie, or the student has to know what they want, right? What is it that the student wants to study? What is it that the student wants to do when it comes to extracurricular activities? And how generous are the schools that the student is going to be applying to? So in order to get accepted to a school that is going to give the student the most scholarships, most institutional scholarships, whether it is based on merit or based on financial need, the first step is to create a list of colleges, all right, to know which schools are going to be generous. Don't just apply to any university. Don't go to a school or apply to a school because your best friend's applying there, or your cousin who is an overachiever applied to this school and you want to beat them or be better than them. I don't know. I've heard crazy stories or crazy reasons why students want to go to a specific school that have nothing to do with what they want to study, with whether or not they have the sport that they do, or if they have a theater program or marching band, etc. So student, know what you want. Parents, help your students figure out what it is that they are looking for in a university and really focus on creating that college list. Honestly, I believe, and here at Best College Aid, we believe that creating a list of colleges is one of, if not the most important part of the process, the technical aspect of it, because that is how the student is going to get accepted into the right college for them, that is going to be the right fit academically and financially, all right? So you can't just get accepted to the right school without doing your research. And that's how my siblings and I managed to get accepted into the right colleges that basically ended up basically graduating debt-free, right? I would have never heard of Marist College if I hadn't done my research. I would have never known that I could have continued to do theater as an extracurricular and get a scholarship for it if I didn't do my research. My brother Francisco would have never even thought about going to a state school like UNC Chapel Hill, because that's where he went to, because he at one point he thought out of state schools, because we lived in Florida, going to this school is going to be so expensive. But once he did his research and he created his list of colleges, he realized that going there was realistic, right? So it's important to create a list of colleges, and that is where the process of getting the most institutional aid comes in order to find the right school that is going to give your student the most financial aid, the most scholarships. They have to create a list of colleges. And if you are aiming, or if you're looking for a very good financial aid award, honestly, usually the most financial aid comes from institutional aid, right? So that is the money that is awarded to the student after they are accepted, and it comes from a college or a university. Alrighty. Let's go to tip number 4, and let me just drink some water. Alrighty, so tip number 4, how to win scholarships, and this one's an important one, and the one that really changed my family's and I trajectory, and is expert guidance is key. Working closely with the college admissions counselor can increase your chances of success. That is what helped us. These professionals will guide you during every step of the process. And ultimately, That's what we did. When we were going through the college admissions process, my parents did hire a private college counselor. And it's important to mention that he didn't do everything for us. He kind of just guided us and provided us with that information that we didn't know where to or how to look for. And it was that made the biggest difference, right? And that is kind of what we do now. We provide this information to our members so that they can get accepted to the right schools with scholarships. So guidance is key. Having access to the right information at the right time is going to make the biggest difference. So that is what we do here at Best College Aid, and what we have been doing for the past 4 years and a half. Now, what is my final tip for you? Is to follow a structured guide. By following a structured guide, like the one we offer inside of Best College Aid, you can change your students' life. Honestly, we followed a guide, we followed someone's guidance, and if it wasn't for that person who helped us, we would have never gotten to where we are today. And fortunately, we learned a lot from our private college counselor. And honestly, I have 3 siblings. I have 2 older brothers. And from watching their process, I learned a lot. And then my younger brother, he was a year younger. So he learned from all his 3 siblings, his older siblings. And then we learned from our own experience, and we have been doing this for almost 4 years. So we have been learning so much. Seeing our students graduate and go through this process every year has also taught us a lot, and has also honestly helped us understand the process, because there's always something to learn, something to understand. And we have put all of this information, all of this knowledge inside our Best College Aid family membership, inside of some of the content that we share here in social media, and that we share week after week in these live streams. And we hope that it is helpful for you. We hope that it is something that is changing the game and changing your college admissions process. This is a message that we received from one of our members, and she says that she told David, thank you so much, David, Fabian, and I were just listening to Victor's interview. So Victor is our student who got accepted to Emory University, and his mom told us that hardworking children and involved parents and quality college counselors make a dream team. So clearly Scarlett was really, really happy with Best College Aid and her son's success, honestly. And as she mentions, the college admissions journey is better, and the results are much better when the parents are involved, when students are communicative, and when you have the right guidance. So that is what we try to do here at Best College Aid, and that is why I was sharing our Best College Aid Black Friday sale with you earlier today, and why I'm sharing it again, because if you are interested in joining Best College Aid, if you're interested in having access to our step-by-step guidance and all of our amazing benefits inside of our course, well, I invite you to take advantage of this 60% off discount, our biggest sale of the year, so that you can join Best College Aid and you can let us help you, let us guide you through this process so that you don't have to navigate this journey alone. As I said, all of the information inside of Best College Aid is a combination of everything that we learned when we were going through this process, of what we have learned over the past almost 4 years helping students. We have seen students get accepted to schools like Stanford, Harvard, UPenn, UF, NYU, get full rides to Emory, full rides to Georgetown, Northwestern. So fortunately, we have seen our methodology work. So if you want to have access to all the amazing benefits inside of our membership, the link is in this video's description, underneath this video's description, and also David will be sharing the link in the comments section. Seriously, take advantage of this discount. It's just a one-time payment of $397, and you never have to pay anything ever again to have access to our monthly live Q&A sessions that is just exclusive for members only. So every month you have access to David and Francisco, who sit in front of the camera and Only our members have the link and answer your questions. And that is just one of the benefits. There's also our step-by-step guide, video tutorials explaining everything from when the moment that the student starts middle school till they graduate high school, and they are in college trying to budget their college education, college life. We have tutorials on how to write a great college essay, how to write great supplemental question essays, how to fill out the FAFSA, the CSS profile, we also have 2 1-year SAT and ACT Prep Plus accounts from Kaplan. So this is another resource that our students have access to. Is a whole year for free for the Kaplan's SAT and ACT Prep Plus accounts for students to practice and study for the SAT and ACT exams, which are also very important parts of the college admissions journey. So these are just some of the amazing benefits inside of our membership. So if you are interested in joining Best College Aid, again, the link is in this video's description if you're watching us on YouTube and Facebook. If you're watching us on TikTok and Instagram, the link is in our bio so that you can access this 60% off discount. All right, guys? So if you're interested, the offer does expire this Friday, so we do invite you to take advantage of this sale. And just wanted to share that with you because I just want you to know, because every year after the sale is over, people will reach out to us and let us know, wait, I didn't know there was a sale going on. I want access to the 60% off, and it's already been like a week after the sale. So this is happening right now. So take advantage of our Black Friday sale, okay? Alrighty, let's answer some of your questions because I did see some of your questions in the chat. So let's see. How many hours of extra curriculars per week should we put in? Is there a minimum or maximum of extracurriculars per week? So it all depends on the extracurricular activity. It all depends if it's a sport, because there are, for example, if there are some sports that students do have to be practicing 5 times a week in order to get better. And colleges can be very competitive, especially D1 universities, if it's like for football or swimming. So it's all about, when it comes to sports, those type of extracurriculars, those can be very competitive, and college recruiters do want students who are very committed. So it really does depend on the extracurricular activity and what type of school the student wants to go to. If they want to go to a D1 school, or if it's maybe theater, musical theater, if it's a school that has a very high and very competitive theater program where the auditions are very competitive and maybe they only accept I don't know, like 3 students per class or 5 students per class. Or maybe if you're applying to a school or auditioning for a school that's not as competitive and maybe they apply a larger class. You know, it all depends on what the activity is, what the club is, and, you know, the school, the program that the student wants to attend, right? But if it's a sport like swimming, for example, my siblings and I were all swimmers, but ultimately David was the one that went to college for swimming. And swimming is just generally a sport in which you just have to constantly be practicing, constantly be doing it in order to get faster, get better. So for that, David had to go to morning practice and then afternoon practice. And it was like 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. And then on the weekends, he went to swim practice on Saturday. So it was Monday through Saturday. And during the week, there was like morning practice, maybe like 3 or 4 times a week. So it was very time consuming. And it was because it was very competitive, right? He was a competitive swimmer. So it really does depend. But great question. Thank you so much for asking that question. Let's see if we have some comments here on Instagram. I did see some people commenting in the beginning of the live stream. So let me try to scroll up a little bit. Can we, okay, so master's or MBA, here at Best College Aid, we focus on undergraduate and the process of applying for undergraduate school and getting your bachelor's degree. A lot of the process of applying to maybe your master's when it comes to trying to apply for private scholarships, Some of it is very similar, but what we do focus here in Best College Aid is how to apply to undergrad, right? To get your bachelor's degree. Alrighty. I see people saying in the beginning, they were telling us if we're students or a parent. Hi, I'm a parent. My daughter is a 15-year-old full-time dual enrolled student. I am looking for someone to hold my hand through this process. I don't know where to start. It's a great question. If you are interested, Best College Aid is right for you, especially since your daughter is you're saying they are 15 years old, so they are a freshman. The time is now to start preparing. A lot of the process, especially when it comes to extracurricular, knowing which clubs to join, which classes to take, it should start since freshman year, and some students here at Best College Aid starts even as early as middle school, start planning, start preparing. So if you're interested in having that guidance, having that very involved help, Best College Aid would be perfect for you. If you're interested, even if you just want to see what the benefits are, I do invite you to check out the link in my bio or the link in this video's description if you're watching us on YouTube and Facebook, just to check out what it is that we do include inside of Best College Aid so you can have an idea and maybe see if it's the right fit for you. All right. All right, let's see. We have more questions. If not, we will be good to go. Let's see. I saw that Anna said hello. Hi, Anna. Cigar said the sound's perfect now. All right, so the sound's working. Thank you so much. And thank you for bearing with me and having patience and coming back if you did come back after we had those technical difficulties. I do apologize for that because I really don't know what happened there. All righty. Chances of getting into UC, CSU with a 4.0 part of student government in DEE. Are you trying to from BSU? So you're trying to transfer to UC or CSU? We do have members of Best College Aid who have transferred, and transferring is possible. And we have our member, Gabby. She transferred from, I think it was a school in Boston to Northwestern, and she was able to get a full ride into Northwestern. So, and she was a transfer student, and she went through the process. She had really good grades, and she was able to, get a really good scholarship to continue her education. So yes, it is possible. Oh, you're a senior. Okay. 4.0 GPA, it depends. I mean, if it's unweighted or weighted, but 4.0, it's a good GPA to have. If you say that you are part of student government, DEI, and you work part-time, those are all good things that should be added to your college application and should be mentioned. But ultimately, my recommendation for you is to look at what the stats for those students that have gotten accepted to those schools in the past are. See where you're at, whether it is for the SAT or ACT, like what scores you've gotten in those tests, what the average admitted student's GPA is, and also when they are looking at a student's application, what they focus on the most, because there are some schools that do reveal that information, and you can find that in the common data set. We did post a video about this a few weeks back, I think it was like last week. Francisco talks about this common data set. So if you want to check that out, that could be very beneficial and it could help you out a lot. And yeah, alrighty. I don't see any more questions, so I'm going to finish the live stream. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope this information was helpful for you. If you are interested in joining Best College Aid, remember our Black Friday sale is available now. It's $600 off, and you would have access to all the amazing benefits inside of our membership. And this is the biggest sale of the year, the biggest discount. Usually it's just a 50% off discount. This is 60% off. One-time payment, and you don't have to pay anything else ever again. And you and every single member of your family will have access to all of the benefits inside of our membership. So take advantage of the sale right now. The link is in this video's description. And if you're watching us on TikTok or Instagram, the link is in my bio. So take advantage of it. And thank you so much for joining us. Have an amazing, amazing night. And I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful time. Bye, guys. Have a good time and good week. And thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.